meeting recorded.
All right. So we've identified, I think we've some questions, but now we need lists of alternatives. Anybody had to or been able to any alternatives? I know we kind of discussed some last week, just briefly trying to look ahead. Anything they want to call out or any ideas?
I have one thing. This is Sheree. I think that I just kind of did a little quick research, but I think a lot of people, you know, we talked are eligible for CHIP and Medicaid, and that's not enrolled for one reason or another, maybe lack of education or something like that. I don't know if maybe it would be a topic address. I don't know.
I think that's a good topic. I don't know if I could get the Google Docs to move. Maybe. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe since we are meeting with her tomorrow, and I think the alternatives were a big part of the presentation, we can kind of go through a few of them with her and kind of figure out which ones would be the best to focus on.
Yeah, good. So I guess could we send this, if we wanted to, just send it out to the group tonight and everybody kind of had a bullet point before tomorrow's meeting, just kind of a talking point?
Is anybody maybe that wasn't right, they can add any additional alternatives that they maybe thought of? Have to figure out how to split up this group part.
Yeah. And I'm trying to come up with some alternatives to this, the stuff that we have here as well, too. I'm looking at it today, so.
I haven't really read everything yet. I mean, alternatives, what exactly what she means by that? I mean, are we talking about solutions?
Yeah, kind of. It's a solution. So our status quo right now is saying that there's 200 patients.
Right. So
children. Yep. So
okay.
how could we change that? And one, like you said, would be educating enough for enrolled. We have more programs around educating. Because the things I read was if a adult parent is unenrolled, they're like times more likely, or I forget what that is, for the child to not have parents as well. So educate the parent, and therefore there should be less of a abandonment rate among children.
Everything too. I read something else that, like, this is just some quoting. These are still current numbers, but I read like 1 in 5 children are in Texas, and then in Texas, there's like 6 counties where majority of them, I don't remember the percentage, but the vast majority of them live in it's of course big cities like Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. Also some of the border areas like Hidalgo County and what else? So that goes to our thing that we were talking about before, culture and that kind of, so I'm sure language barriers and that kind of thing can help.
Yeah.
Of X percentage is a certain percentage of the uninsured children live in 5 or 6 counties of the how many counties there are in Texas. Because be our area of focus.
The total number of counties is 254 in Texas. Let's see the lowest counties that of uninsured. Here we go. Number insured by state.
If I could spell it.
See, what are some other ideas?
Say one was a cost. I kind of like that.
Cost could be as well. That's probably one of the major. I have no research to back that part up, but I will look to it and see what.
Yeah. I mean, cost is definitely, I think, it's relevant because I think that's one of the main reasons why what the problem is. But I think, just so that we need to come up with our alternative, so our solution to the cost.
Right.
And we can say, similar to whatever state, which they like to compare a lot of us to Arkansas. And was it Kentucky? Kind of because they high uninsured as well. What they've done to expand Medicaid. And they could also look at other states, because Arkansas and Kentucky did it a slight bit different. We could other states to figure out what they've done as well.
The alternative would be making costs by expanding Medicaid to like a certain or something.
If we want to use, we could use federal funding, but we could also increase the federal Also, eligibility.
And I pulled up a map, but this is from 2010. That's showing the different counties with the highest uninsured rate or whatever. Oh, what year? Look for, but let me see if I can get another year. What year was all the other information come from? I know I think it was 2016 or 2017.
No.
I was having to kick my son out of the room fast.
I think the last year they give on this amount for all the Texas counties is 2015, and it just shows mostly of the outer line counties, the border counties, north and south. That the highest is like 30% that is uninsured in the counties.
30 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Uninsured population is 30% in those select counties.
This is under the age of 65.
Okay. Some more research to try and find out how many children are affected in there. Because our two is we want to make sure we stay within our definition, right?
Right.
Heather, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What about something on the lines of for employers to expand coverage for their employees? Because the parents aren't covered like we said when we started, and the children aren't going to be covered.
I don't know. I definitely where you're going with it. I don't think that I've seen anything yet on like numbers about.
Yeah, I don't have any numbers on it.
Yeah.
But it really, we see what the coverage, because to that, with the MV MEC rules, the minimal essential coverage and minimum value plans rolled out under the ACA, which basically, if part of, if you're over to 26, you can be on your parents' insurance and those good things, but they came out with certain employers had to offer insurance if they're of a certain size or pay a penalty.
Right.
Legislation
150 employees.
You pay that sledgehammer penalty. So how, I'm sure got to be something on the Trump administration kind of rolling or proposed to roll that back, how many it would affect did that, how many would potentially lose coverage, and then there's some stats with children in there too, right? The dependents.
Yeah, I can look into it a little more, see if I can find anything to support it.
I don't know if they're bringing any of that back. I mean, I know all that. I think that they back
their proposal. So hopefully they did their proposal, and like the CBO then comes out and says these many more uninsured would come out by the year 2020, and it would end up being X financial burden. So I want surely if they had, our point is that we use that if it's to happen. And similarly, we think if we are to expand it just 50 employees, though with 50, it should be any employee who has more than 5 or 10 employees, something like that, lower that rate as well. If there'd be a step that necessarily.
I feel like most employers, even in that small group, do offer coverage. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I think most people do. Because even if they're not
I'm just
required
thinking of
to,
the majority of the low-income people, though, they aren't provided it because they just have these small jobs.
So
Whether it's because of their hours, they're not working enough hours, which makes the employer not have to cover them. I mean, there's something where that some people are not being covered for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's not the if full time, or if they're contracted, they can go around it, and full time, right. 32 hours or more, and then with rules, they have to offer coverage that can be it can't be more expensive than 9.5% of the lowest wage in the company. But even
a lot.
For some of those people, that 10% of tax wages is still
it's a
chance for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I think it is. I think it's like maybe the employers are offering it, but they're not offering it to a point where the employee can afford it. They're following the rules, but that's what I do. I work employee benefits.
Right, and it's more on their incentives of what they get for what insurance policies that you get.
Yeah.
It's what they.
Yeah, the business gets a tax credit, but
correct.
But the employee can't really afford it, and it screws them of being able to go to the exchange and get a subsidy.
So, in the subsidy requirement, if you have dependents, I have no idea what the subsidies are if you have dependents, like what you get otherwise, but should we more to subsidize to have dependents?
Yeah.
I mean, and everything is big government, this, that, and another, but it is.
Like, I don't know if there's maybe not like
Stop messing with your stuff on the Google Doc. Now I realize what you were doing.
Yeah, that's it. That was the app to that.
Yeah.
Well, at first I put like a lot of stuff on it. I was like, what? This comes from out of my board. I don't remember copying this.
I screwed something up.
No.
All right.
It's kind of complicated, but like, so that I'm recommending this, but maybe like another idea for an alternative could be thinking about this type of programs to just because resources because the children are getting their vaccines and staying healthier. So like
I like that because they're most.
I like that idea too.
Yeah, they're mostly insurance companies now are going towards health prevention methods that are for coverage nowadays anyway.
So would you suggest that through the public schooling system?
Okay.
Do you implement that to get our children in one area, like such as the public schooling system or something like that?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, that would be smart.
Or start that at home.
When I came in, we worked on a lot of like wellness program stuff, and they would talk about how Texas had like the worst obesity numbers and the worst like diabetes numbers and certain like that, we were like literally some of the worst in the country. I don't know why exactly that is, but that some of that could go into maybe, just the for these programs because the children are as healthy as, they could be or something.
Correct. I like that. I like that idea.
What's childhood diabetes called? Juvenile diabetes or?
Juvenile.
Yeah, that's juvenile. Yeah.
There'd be a lot to talk about around like statistics and stuff with that topic.
Yeah, some of this activities and stuff goes into population health management, which is a little bit broad. It's basically trying to manage the population through outreach and education before they trigger an event. So
Right.
I mean, works in. So yeah, I would think that's a very good topic.
As soon as she said it, I was like, "Oh man, that's."
Yeah. There's, like you said, there should be a lot of information as well because they recently removed all those PEs from the schools, public schools.
Okay.
Wait, what? They removed E?
The schools have removed their physical activities to get more classroom time.
What's wrong? That's totally wrong.
And most kids these days aren't active anyway because of video games when they get home. So it's like they get the activity when they get home.
That's so.
So
Okay.
Only that's a good start of that whole thing. We can talk about let's see if there's some action from her on how to go.
Okay. Yeah.
For the meeting tomorrow, because I won't be able to attend.
Yeah. After the meeting tomorrow, I sent out the WebEx. I know she has everything on there that says through Zoom, the Zoom meetings. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that or has ever done anything, but do it there. So I sent out WebEx, and I can make an alternate host maybe, and then you just in and whenever the WebEx, there's a little thing that says recorder. You just press it like 50 times, and then you're now recording. So to whomever.
I can try to figure out the Zoom thing, and then if I can't figure it out, then I just need to get with you on that.
Okay.
But I don't know. I can try to figure out the Zoom thing. I just haven't ever tried. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let me know. Because I'll do the WebEx on phone, and I think I can do the recording through the WebEx app. And I can hit record. But yeah, just make you an alternate host to get in there and would press WebEx if you can't figure out Zoom.
Recommend Zoom. Surely it can't be that hard, so I'll try to figure it out and see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully it's easier than Google whatever, because I could not figure that one out.
I won't fool myself in front of the camera, but we'll see.
Yeah.
and what she did, she would probably understand because she's happily working it out as well. So you just y'all be on the same page.
Yeah, I still think we're further ahead than most groups, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, y'all do some of this stuff tomorrow and then let us know, and then we can, I guess through GroupMe, we can figuring out just our paragraphs need to be expansive or anything.
Yeah.
Everybody can get on here and edit and one another. All right. Well, everyone, thank you. You have a great evening.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.